Sierra, how are you going to mush the only witness that you have and that will stand up and actually testify for you?
Ooh. Watching Q in the streets. Q in the streets. Said you're watching Q in the
It's Q in the street. I love everybody here. They've been good to me.
It's Tashina Arnold, and it's Q in the street.
I love that.
For Q in the streets, you need to make sure you go to his bio right now and click that link, okay?
What's up, y'all? Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Q. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Q. Back in the building with another video. Before I start, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell. We in the building today to talk about season 9, episode 2 of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, y'all gave us a very, very, very good episode. No witness, no protection. All right, so we not gonna hold any further. We're gonna jump right into it. So the scene opens up with Carly Red. Okay, guys, so Carly Red is officially on my I don't want to see her on my TV screen no more list. And my list actually had more curse words in there, but because I can't use profanity on this channel like that, I'm just going to keep it at that. So yeah, Carly Red has this 1-year anniversary of her putting her marriage in a grave. Y'all, I just feel that everything that Carly Red comes across on my screen, everything that she puts on our screen, everything that she says is fake. Everything, every emotions, every lash, every wig, every bad face of makeup, everything that Carly Red does now, from this point on, is officially, I think, gonna piss me off. Y'all know how I got one person on each show who I just feels like every time they come across my screen, they're going to piss me off. I think Carly Red has officially taken that title for me. And let me tell you why. Carly Red I just feel like she's making a mockery of being married. She's making a mockery of black love. I just don't believe anything that comes out of her mouth. I feel like everything she does is putting on for the cameras. Like, if you're having a 1-year divorce party, who goes to a funeral home? And first of all, walk-ins is very expensive, even for a reality star, because y'all know the reality stars don't be making money like that. Not most of them, anyway. I just her just being in that funeral home, talking about she's burying her marriage. Like, everything about Carly Red is just fake. I just want them to delete her from the storyline. I feel like, is going on around here? I just keep hearing something knocking on the door, but I guess it's the people upstairs. But anyways, so yes. So this whole thing that Carly Red has going on with, with her storyline, with her being at this funeral home, is just disturbing to me. It's just kind of like, I just want them to delete her from the franchise. And I say that because it's so much other talent in Atlanta that I feel like is worthy of a time slot, or worthy of being on this platform of Love and Hip Hop, versus Carly Red. Like, we don't care about what she got going on no more, and that's just how I feel about that. I feel like she made a mockery of marriage. That's how I feel about that. I feel like she made a mockery of being in love. You can tell she wasn't in love with this guy, whoever this guy was. And the crazy part was, when she got engaged to last year, or at her wedding engagement, when she was at that club, I hosted that red carpet that night. So matter of fact, I may insert some pictures if I can go back and find them. It was a lot of them. It was Little Mama Sierra. It was, y'all already know I am here with the beautiful Mimi from Love and Hip Hop ATL. What's going on, Mimi? You want to show your girl some love tonight? What you want to say to Carly?
Carly, I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to see you perform your single, and let's get it.
All right, girl. So listen, we about to turn up for you, Carly. Stay tuned. It's gonna be a great night. I'm here with Mimi. We're gonna do quick. People, and so I'll insert them here, but I was actually the host of that. But it's just like everything that Carly does, or anything that she does on her screen, just irritates me. Speaking of being irritated, why the hell was Rashida and Erica Dixon looking like Bopsy twins with these little ruffles and feathers that they had coming off of their clothes? I was so confused. I was like, why is both, and why is Erica Dixon even still here? Ugh. Oh my gosh. All right. So, speaking of people, because I talked about new storylines and how I want some old people to go away. That's how I felt. I felt so drained after that Carly Red scene. So, the very next scene, let me tell you something. If Mona ain't never got anything right, if she ain't never got nothing right, she got this right by adding light-skinned Keisha to the Love and Hip Hop ATL franchise. Is one of the smartest, most brilliant ideas she could have ever came up with, because light-skinned Keisha, she is Atlanta. She soon as I heard her beat come onto the screen, that I was just like, oh shit, like Big Bang Bisha, like I knew it was finna go off. Light-skinned Keisha, whether you like her or not, light-skinned Keisha is ATL right now. Like, you cannot go nowhere ATL and not hear no light-skinned Keisha on the radio. You're not really gonna go nowhere, whether it's gay pride, straight, I don't care what's going on. Light-skinned Keisha is everywhere in Atlanta. She pretty much running down south. That's why Akbar V had wanted to fight, with her, because light-skinned Keisha really came on the scene. She came on the scene swinging really hard. She's charismatic. She dresses very well. She's on the scene. Her friends are girls like B. Simone, another girl who's popping. Pretty V, another girl who's popping. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we want to see new, fresh talent, because we so sick of seeing we tired of seeing Mama D laying in that bed, and it's a few others who we hope this they last season. Kirk and Rashida, Bambi and Scrappy. Who else we tired of seeing? Get Carly Red up out of here, and we want to see some new people coming up in here with some new stuff. Who actually out here working? Who's shaking? Who really got stuff going on? I mean, and I love what I love about light-skinned Keisha. Before she even opened her mouth to the drama, the first thing that came out of her mouth, she was talking about her album. She was talking about love and hip hop. She was talking about music. At least she's a prominent rapper right now, because I think that's one thing about the Love and Hip Hop franchise that is aggravating. I think that's why Love and Hip Hop Miami was finally a good season. This season was because they got them new girls who out there who actually work it. I follow Suki on Twitter, and I just started following like some of her music. And I think the other one, Brad, I started following some of her stuff. So it's kind of like people who actually out here working right now. So that's why I am a huge fan of light-skinned Keisha. And if she's not enough, her partner, her plus one, her boo thing, hopefully they get married and be, have this happy life ever after. But Coco, you know what I'm saying? Another very prominent rapper in the ATL. He's from Atlanta, doing very well, got bangers out. So this is why I feel like light-skinned Keisha is gonna be great. I know that there was on the trailer, she was like, and that's a wrap on light-skinned Keisha. So I hope she doesn't tap out of the season. I hope she doesn't tap out the season early, because I feel like light-skinned Keisha got what it takes to become a really, 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 really big rapper. Because at the end of the day, the girl is good. She got bangers. Talk That Talk is out right now. See, and I'm not the biggest, and even though I worked in radio when I was in Atlanta, I'm not the biggest music person, but if it bump, it bump. And light-skinned Keisha music just bump. So yeah, that's enough of me riding her. They probably like, you just gave her a whole lot. I do, but I like light-skinned Keisha. And on top of that, I actually hung out with her one time before. It was me. I was at the mall meeting my sis, meeting Tokyo Vanity. And Tokyo and light-skinned Keisha had just came out the studio that night. And we had went to the Cheesecake Factory right over there in Buckhead in Atlanta. So yeah, we had all went out to eat. Light Skin Keisha was cool. Me and Toke was doing our crazy normal stuff that we do. Me and Tokyo are like two big kids when we hung out. So I met her, hung out with her then. We went out to eat and we went back to the studio. So I've actually hung out with her. We follow each other on social media. I like Light Skin Keisha. So regardless of how y'all feel about her, I rock with her. All right, so we're going to move on to Shekinah. So I don't know why. I feel like I'm more involved this season. I don't know how you guys are feeling about Shekinah, but how do you guys feel like Shekinah did last season? I watched, but I didn't like keep up with it too much. Like when I was in Atlanta, I wasn't as like chill as I am out here in LA. Like I always had a lot going on. I was always busy, so I would always miss some and stuff like that. But anywho, how are you guys feeling about Shekinah? Because so far I like Shekinah. It was her. It was the scene with Shekinah, Young Jock, and Light Skin Keisha. Light Skin Keisha had just got off stage, and Light Skin Keisha and Shekinah were just basically going back and forth because Bambi's name came up, Bambi and Scrappy. And Shekinah was just like, well, no. Light Skin Keisha was like basically letting Young Jock know that, you know, Bambi and Scrappy don't get to just hang out with the Vargos when they want to. You don't get to speak to us when y'all want to. Y'all don't get to be cool with us when you want to. It's either we gonna be cool or we not. So hopefully we get, well, not hopefully, but I know that we're gonna get to see more of this Bambi and Light Skin Keisha story. Now, them is two big girls. I've seen or been around Bambi a gazillion times. Bambi flat-footed is probably like 5'10", flat-footed. Okay, 5'8", 5'9". I would say 5'9", 5'10", because Bambi's a tall girl. Light Skin Keisha ain't no little girl either. She like 5'9" herself. So to see those two, you know, people go back and forth, I feel like that's going to be very interesting. Speaking of interesting, Sierra, BK, and Shooter outside of the courthouse. If I don't talk about every little point, y'all, I'm just kind of, trying to go over the main stuff. I just had a bowl of cereal. My God, that's why I don't eat cereal. Y'all out there eating a bunch of mess on this quarantine that you know you shouldn't be eating? That's me right now. That's why I'm over here doing all of this. Sierra, BK, and Shooter outside of Sierra having her to go to trial situation. I don't know about y'all. Like I said, I haven't been as involved with the show ever, honestly, until Tokyo came on the scene. Because I see these people out all the time. Like I said, I used to work at a radio station with Jock. So I see these people all the time. So it didn't never really like excite me to watch it. But I'm a watcher. Sierra, BK, and Shooter outside of, I like Sierra. That's what I was getting around to. I like Sierra. I think I like Sierra. I think she could be misunderstood. Do y'all feel like Sierra had some work done to her lips? I kept looking at her mouth. Her lips ain't shaped like mine, just like regular lips. It's like a whole lot she had going on to it. But I think Sierra's a really beautiful girl. Can we talk about how beautiful Rashida is too? Rashida is gorgeous. Who in the hell you know can rock a yellow bob? What? Rashida rocked a yellow bob. Bambi's a pretty girl. I never really like. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. Okay, I can say that. Never mind, I'm not gonna say that. But anyways, y'all, I want Shooter to stay away from me. I want him to stay away from the cameras. I want him to stay away from the TV. I want him to just stay away from me. Now, I told y'all, I've seen Shooter out before too. A lot of times at the crab spot in Atlanta. Shooter is fine boots. Oh. But fine don't make you nobody's boyfriend, husband, boo thing, shawty, nothing, none of that. Shooter, it's men like this who make my skin crawl. Why would you show up to the morning of this girl of a monumental, not a monumental moment, but just like this today is the day that's gonna maybe change her life. Like Sierra can literally go to jail behind some stuff that not necessarily involved him, but involved somebody who is connected to him. So for a Shooter to come all the way to the courtroom, to come outside the courtroom and be like, oh, well, I just want to wish you good luck. If you don't get your ass out of here, like, I don't need you adding on to my anxiety. You could have shot me a text message and but why come down here and add on to the foolishness? Speaking of adding on to the foolishness, what the world was BK doing turning around talking about some, yo, I respect that, dog. I respect that. No, you just don't want no drama out here, but you need it. I feel like BK should have stood up and be like, hey, bro, we understand what you're trying to do. Listen, my lady just got a lot going on right now, so can you just, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and gather your baggage and we'll holler at you at another time. I just feel like that, as a man, that would have made Sierra more comfortable with her man. Like, listen, my man gonna always check some other man. Like, that's how I would have felt in the moment. I would have. I don't need nobody to check for me because I probably would have said it for me. But if I were Sierra, I'm just thinking hypothetically. I think she would have felt more comfortable if BK would have been like, yo, listen, we will handle you at another time. This is an important day for her, for my family, and I got to hold this down. So we don't want to add on any extra stress, so we'll holler at you later. I don't understand why you couldn't do that, BK. Every time it's time for these black men to have these black women back, I be scratching my head. Ooh, I be scratching my head. I just felt like he was real weak for that. And he talking about some, you know I ain't going in there. You know I'm scared of the courtroom. Now, Shooter, I have to agree with you. I don't do nobody's courtroom. That's why Q don't really do anything to try to break the law, because I don't do police well. I don't do courtrooms well. I don't like traffic tickets. I don't like anything that involves me being not in my freedom. I don't want no parts of it. I try to stay away from all foolishness. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just, I'm scared too, Shooter, but I do feel like if somebody needed me that bad, I would have been there in the moment still, regardless of what I got going on, because my friend and the mother of my kid, because she needs me in this moment, I'm going to be here for her. So, Shooter, you definitely let us down in that moment. Carly Red being late for Sierra thing. First of all, Sierra, you should have knew that Carly Red was gonna be late when you in the Uber Black headed downtown. Y'all, if you live downtown Atlanta, y'all already know how it goes in the morning time between like 6 o'clock and 9:30, 10 o'clock. You need to leave ahead of time because anything can go down. And I just feel like this is another reason why Carly Red is just a whack-ass friend. And I just feel like she's whack. And that's how Q feels about it. There is no way that Sierra is like, hey, we already in the truck. We finna go drop off such and such at school. And we already on the way. Now, Sierra should have known she was going to be late because Carly Red had just said on the phone and said, oh, girl, I'm just getting up. I'm finna start getting ready. Listen. If Carly Red was a real friend, I would have checked in that night. And see, this is how you know when these girls be real friends outside the show, or girl, is this for cameras and taping, or what's really going on? Because if this was me and my real friend, and this was like me and one of us, y'all, come on, let's be for real. I would have been like, hey, friend, what time is your thing in the morning? I'm gonna be there 30 minutes early so I can see where parking is. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be there about 45 minutes early, girl, because you know how traffic is downtown. Take a picture of the actual letter in the courtroom and all that stuff so I know that I'm in place tomorrow for you, friend. Period. I need to see if I'm gonna either Uber there or if I'm gonna drive there. Where it's driving. If you know how any courthouse area, police area, you got to pay for parking. You got to ride around about 20 minutes. Y'all should have been checked in and did all that stuff last night. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I just feel like Carly Red is lame. And so Carly is in the Uber, running around, being late, da-da-da-da. You knew the girl. Listen, y'all know in the morning that you got to go to court, the last thing you own is sitting up on your phone all dang on morning. Like, no, you is trying to get your nerves together, trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, just in case I need to make a move. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody on the phone, Carly, so I feel like we don't give you a pass for being late for her when she needed you. Carly, I don't know. I just feel like it was real messed up. Sierra, we glad that you didn't. We glad that you got your continuous in court. However, we really do hope that this opened your eyes up to see this type of person that Carly Red is. And I know some of y'all probably gonna be on the flip side of that and be like, well, it wasn't Carly case, but at the same time, y'all know that if you know what I'm saying, this is the only witness that she got to protect her, or that she got to step up and say something for her, then Carly Red needs to be there. That's point blank, period. That it is what it is. Alexis, Skye, and Akbar. I put Alexis in the same category I got for Carly Red. I just can't deal with it. I'm sorry if y'all are an Alexis Skye fan, but y'all, it's just something about that little girl just worked my nerves. It's just, she just feels so entitled. I just feel like she think like love and hip hop is like a way of living. And I hate when people like have this like superior attitude. It's just something about just her. You kind of put her in that bracket with but because I know her a little bit more now and I've been around her, like Black China, you put kind of them two in the same bracket. Like, we praying for you, little mama. But I've been around Black China before, and I can't agree with everything that she does. But what I can say about this mouth and these eyes is I've seen another side of her. Alexis, Skye, and Akbar. It was great. What I like about Akbar, I think this season, is now she has to come and play cleanup. Like, we saw rough Akbar last season, and this season, as soon as Akbar comes on the camera, she looks great. You look like she got her teeth done, like she had some work done, and that's fine. Because she still, I think herself, she didn't do too much, but I think she did just enough. Like, I don't know. I'm here for, if you want to change something about you, boo, go ahead and do what you want to do. That's just how I feel about that. So off that, I like that Akbar is trying to clean up and turn over a new leaf, but because she hanging with Alexis Skye, it's just like, I don't know how long this is gonna last. Because as soon as Akbar came on the screen, she was talking about her kids, and I know sometimes you guys had a lot to say about, well, not you guys, but I know the internet sometimes had a lot to say about every time Akbar, wanting to get into an argument with somebody, or every time something was arising, she would be like, that, people, every time she had something to say, everybody would be like, girl, go take care of your kids. So as soon as she came on this season, she's like, okay, I got custody of my kids. So, we like to see progression in a person. She had a rough first season, but I don't like Akbar hanging with Alexis Skye. And, Alexis Skye just ain't doing nothing, as usual, y'all. Carly Red proved in the truck with Rashida. Rashida and Carly Red was taking a little trip somewhere, and she says, I need someone to be in court with me. Now, Carly Red, this is why, again, I just don't see it for you, mama, because not even 2 scenes ago, you were just talking about you running around and you missed a court date for Sierra, and not even 2 scenes later, you in a truck with Rashida, and now you need somebody to be there for you. My God, Carly Red, look how the tables have turned. But you see how you and Rashida in the same Uber Black? It ain't no we gonna be late. It's kind of like, girl, meet me at my house in the morning. We gonna catch an Uber from my house, girl. Ugh, Carly. So then, Carly, what made you, and if that didn't make you a bad friend, I really hope Sierra dumped you after this, because in that truck, Carly Red says something in the lines between, she says, and we all know Sierra's okay, because we seen her all over Instagram. We know she ain't in jail. Carly, this is your friend. Like, do you not think that this girl is gonna see this stuff? Girl, couldn't have been me. Can't be me. You know what I am here for, though? I am here for Young Jock. I'm here for Young Jock because one thing about Young Jock is he never is ashamed to flip the script and just kind of be very open and kind of put his business out there. And we know a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of months ago, young Jock had got exploited all over social media due to the fact of him driving this Uber, and you can tell it was a young person. A young person was in the back seat and recording, was just like, oh, I thought you was on Love and Hip Hop. You done fell off. After this man is really out here in these streets making an honest living. So before young Jock's storyline get too caught up in the other mess, he pulls up in a scene in this pull up and go. And it's here for that because it just basically deletes all rumors. So it's him and young Scrappy in the truck, and Jock a little bit messy, and we all the way here for it. So Jock basically asks young Scrappy, like, what's going on between you, Vargo and light skinned Keisha? And young Scrappy basically like, listen, I'm letting Bambi and light skinned Keisha handle that. Listen, I just gotta have my girl back, who was Bambi. I don't know what her and light skin got Keisha going on. Some he said, she said, carrying on. I don't want no parts of it, so that's how we're gonna handle that. So far we hear that somebody with this whole Bambi and light-skinned Keisha situation. That's very interesting to me. I never knew those two had a beef or anything like that. But yeah, so I'm curious to see this light-skinned Keisha and Bambi situation play out, because that's very interesting to me, those two. Yeah, that's gonna be a pretty good showdown, because I feel like, Bambi thinks she that girl sometimes, and light skinned Keisha, she feel like she that girl when it come to throwing them hands and being that girl. So I'm curious to see that. This whole Carly Red and Alexis Skye scene, and they talking about Mo and talking about somebody came out there with a gun to the head. Y'all, I can't take nothing that Carly Red or I can't take nothing that Alexis Skye do serious. I apologize to my Carly Red fans. I apologize to my Alexis Skye fans. But y'all, I just don't have respect for either two of these women. That's kind of a harsh truth when it comes to the show from what we see. Now, they may be fantastic people outside of this show. And that is very possible. However, when it comes to the show, I just honestly feel like they just bring a bunch of drama, men BS, and women bull crap, because you see Carly sitting right there in the scene saying, yeah, I forgive you, turn right around in the green screen and shade the girl. So it's just kind of like this beefing black women. I can't, y'all. I'm sorry, I can't. So we get to the last scene of the night, which was a very good scene, by the way. Oh, y'all did this scene. Sierra now, mind you, I'm sitting over here dragging Carly, but I do feel that Sierra, you could have at least heard Carly out, because she did get dressed. She did come to your event that night. And I feel like in the beginning, Sierra, you kind of were stepping all over Carly's words. You didn't allow her to talk. You didn't allow her to say anything. And as she was explaining herself, letting you know, like, girl, I was on my way. I was on the 5th floor. You was on the 3rd floor, whatever. Sierra was just like, girl, word on the street is you ain't want to be here. You won't really feeling it. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And I was just like, girl, Sierra, like, allow a person to let you get them throw a person enough rope, and they will strangle themselves. And I feel like if Sierra would have let Carly talk, God, that was a tongue twister. I don't know what was just going on right then. I feel like if Sierra would have let Carly talk, she would have trapped her own self up with her wording, because she was gonna come out lying. And I just feel like sometimes if you just let a person talk, then they'll trap themselves up, because they be so much lying going on in their head they can't keep up with it. Y'all, when they started having their little back and forth, and Sierra had walked away, and she was, shout out to Malaysia and Toya. I just love all the black beauty in the room. Malaysia looking like a pink, little bubble pop. Toya looking like a little Hershey's Kiss. I was here for it. So as they having this little back and forth, whatever, so Carly and Sierra split apart. Y'all, when Sierra went back over there and was having a conversation with somebody, when she said, I can read this whole lips, Y'all, when I tell you that was so funny to me, because you ever been so mad you can look at a person and read their lips? Y'all, when Sierra said she read Carly's lips and then she went to tiptoeing like a black auntie, like crossed the little front, she was like, hold on, excuse me, because I'm finna go say something to her. That just reminded me of my mother so much, like, because Sierra got that big old butt. My mama got that big old butt. My mother's a tall woman. Sierra's a tall woman. That just reminded me of my mama getting ready to go start some ish, and she was like, hold on, I'm finna go say something to her. I'll be right back. That was just so funny to me. So, so again, Carly Red shows her true colors, not only in the car scene with Rashida, not only in the beginning of the episodes, but here she go again at the end of the episode. Carly Red shows just how trash she is because she tells Sierra, you the one need me as a witness. How do you tell that to your friend? How do you, even though we sitting here bantering and going back and forth, and I know how to read down and listen, it's kind of like we going for the jugular on each other, but is there a line that you're not supposed to cross? I definitely feel like Carly Red, and I have to agree with Rashida. When Carly Red reached back out and said, you the one who need me as a friend, I was like, oh no, mama. No, me and Carly Red could never be real life friends because I probably would have to get in that ass. Sierra, I got a question for you though, girl. Sierra, even though Carly Red is dumb as dumb and she did all of that, how are you going to mush Sierra? How are you going to mush the only witness who is willing to talk and testify on your behalf? Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know how y'all feeling. It's your boy Q. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.